Hi, I am Mick and this is Movies TV Mad. You can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad, and welcome to Saturday's edition of the dceu Daily. So it's official. The merger between AT&T and Discovery is official. We are now called Warner Brothers Discovery. I say we because I'm a huge WB stan. David Zaslav is the CEO of this company. David is also the CEO of Discovery Inc. So what does this mean for you, the DC fan? Well, it will herald a lot of many changes. For example, if you're an HBO Max subscriber, that means they will put Discovery content with the Warner Brothers content. They will also change the name of HBO Max. I suspect Warner Brothers Discovery Plus. Look out for that one as well. So, who is David Zaslav and what differences will you see in the running of the company? First of all, let's talk about the differences of the Warner Media CEO, Jason Kilar, and David Zaslav, the Warner Brothers Discovery CEO. So, interestingly, Jason Kilar seemed more focused over at HBO Max and didn't seem to get involved with Warner Brothers Pictures. This will be very, very different come Monday when they're officially opened for business as Warner Brothers Discovery. David is a very hands-on CEO. I remember a box office analyst telling us not to expect too much from David Zaslav because he's got people to do different jobs and he won't be hands-on. Well, you were wrong, my friend, because this guy is going to be very, very hands-on. He's already depowered Toby Emmerich, the Warner Brothers Pictures chairman. You see, Ann Sarnoff put Toby in charge of Warner Brothers Pictures and HBO Max. This won't be a thing anymore. Independently, HBO Max, or whatever they're going to call the new streaming service, will be running independently. This is very important if you're a fan of Restore the Snyderverse. It means Toby Emmerich will have no control of what happens over on HBO Max. So this is a very, very hands-on CEO. So be ready for Monday. If you're in Europe, around 4, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the evening in Europe, you will hear some major announcements, major changes. I don't expect them to restore the Snyderverse instantaneously. We're still going to have to fight for that. But David knows everything. He's been out there for 12 months making sure he understands how this company is run. And so you are going to hear some very, very interesting announcements. Now, what would I like to see? What I would like to see, my friends, is a DC Studios run by a competent president. Walter Hamada is a talented man, but he's been in hiding since Ray Fisher's accusations. And I'm sorry, that's simply not good enough. You can't have a president of DC Films in hiding, not communicating with the fans. We've seen how Kevin Feige does it. He's a superhero himself. He's a superhero making superhero content. You know, the MCU fans love him. They idolize him. They look up to him. Nobody really knows in DC fandom who Walter Hamada is. Of course, he was in charge of Warner Brothers New Line Cinema. He created a very, very successful line of horror movies, a horror franchise. And he's brought a lot of those creatives over to DC Live Action Entertainment. David F. Sandberg, James Wan, Christina Hodgson, who's wrote Birds of Prey, who's written the upcoming Flash movie, which we think, or we hope, is releasing next year. But who knows with all the Ezra Miller situation. So just hours before Zaslav and Discovery were officially running this company, there was another interesting DC announcement. HBO Max to develop Aqualad origin story You Brought Me the Ocean, Charlize Theron to produce by Joe Otterson. Basically, when a famous actress is producing a project, they have, or an actor or whoever, has very little to deal with it. They offer her a production credit. It will look good on your CV. So when they start promoting it, she'll be talking, she'll be handed a script. and she'll pretend she was hands-on the project. Charlize will not be hands-on this project. That's just the way it works. HBO Max is developing a series version of You Brought Me the Ocean, the Yar graphic novel about the origins of DC's Aqualad. Variety has learned from sources. As usual, everything with WB is sources, as we discussed on yesterday's DCEU Daily. The live-action one-hour dramadee is based on characters from DC and the graphic novel by Alex Sanchez and Joel Morrock. Right, what's a dramadee? Just in case you don't know what a dramadee is, it's a drama that has comedy in it as well. The series will explore the life of Jackson Jake Hyde, a gay teenager living in New Mexico. All his life he has had a strange attraction to the water and yearns to escape his desert surroundings for the ocean. As he explores his abilities, including breathing under and controlling water, he also finds himself falling in love with his classmate, high school swim captain Kenny Lou. No writer is currently attached to the project. Charlize Theron, AJ Dix, Bev Kono, and Andrew Haas of Denver and Dahlia Films will executive produce Warner Brothers Television is the studio. HBO Max declined to comment. Now that's a surprise. I'll tell you in a minute why they did. The Jake Hyde version of Aqualad first debuted in 2010 and was created by Brandon Vietti, Greg Wiseman and Phil Barossa for the animated television series Young Justice. A comic book version of the character simultaneously debuted in Brightest Day 4. Cara Payton voiced the character in Young Justice. He also goes by the name of Calder, and it was later revealed that he is the son of the supervillain Black Manta. Hyde would later go on to become the second Aquaman in the DC canon. A different iteration of the character Garth recently appeared on the HBO Max live-action show Titans and is played by Drew Van Acker. This is the latest in a growing string of DC shows either in the works or on the way or already airing on HBO Max. In addition to Titans, the streamer also currently has the live-action series Doom Patrol and the animated series Harley Quinn. Right, so I've been ripping the piss out of this over on Twitter, but I'm the kind of person who's balanced, and I've been thinking about this while I was planning what to talk about on today's DCEU Daily. And thinking about it, it can actually be really, really good. You've got an aqualad of colour who falls in love with an Asian, is it an Asian man or a teacher or whatever, whoever he is and whatever age he is, right? It could be great. It could be I haven't read the graphic novel, so it could be really, really awesome. Here's the problem for me, and I know a lot of people will be calling it woke and things like that. I like to give things a chance. It sounds like a really compelling, interesting story, and I'm here for it. Now, this was greenlit hours before Zaslav and Discovery took over WB. So will this project still be a thing at the end of the day? We've seen so many things greenlit and not happen. You know, Ta-Nehisi Coates and J.J. Abrams' Superman of Colour. Where is it? Michael B. Jordan's Val Zod. Where is it? We don't know. So hopefully on Monday, when Zaslav and Discovery officially take over, we'll hear some huge, exciting announcements. As I say, even though I've been ripping the piss out of this, and I was a little bit triggered about this at first, because let's be clear here, they haven't even greenlit the Batman sequel. Now they've greenlit 2, the Batman spin-offs on HBO Max, which is really, really exciting, but where is the sequel? Now, some people claim that the Batman hasn't had a good box office, that it's a failure. Of course, it's not a failure. Grace Randolph claimed it had to hit 700 million. It's done that, but it never needed to hit that anyway. This film cost 100 million to make. Forget about the reports that add another 100 million because of COVID shutdowns. That's not part of the budget. It's a different situation. And so this film is beyond a hit. I enjoyed the Batman. I can't wait to get the hard copy and enjoy the special features and relive that great movie. Again, do I think it's the best thing ever? No. Do I think it's the best Batman movie? No. But I really, really liked it. And I want to see more of that well. So, thinking about Aqualad, and I now think it could be a really, really good show. We're going to have to wait and see what happens there. But I expect big changes now Zaslav and Discovery have taken over in terms of what it means for us as DC fans. So watch this space to find out more. This has been Saturday's edition of the DCEU Daily with Mick. Me, Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss this perfection. And I'll see you again later on. But until we see each other again, goodbye, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen.